The next lifestyle factor is nutrition. Nutrition is the supply of foods, minerals, vitamins and liquids that enter the body to supply vital nutrients to allow the body cells to function. There are different types of food groups which must be included to ensure you are following a healthy and balanced diet. These food groups are known as macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are things that should be eaten on the larger scale and should make up a main part of our diet. This food group contains carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Carbohydrates should be eaten in the largest quantity out of all of the macronutrients and should make up 55% of a healthy diet. They are made up of small amounts of sugar which your digestive system is able to break down and produce glucose with. This glucose is what then gives our body the energy to take part in activity. Therefore, we are able to do anaerobic and aerobic activity with carbs in our system. There are two types of carbohydrates. These are simple and complex. A simple carbohydrate is a quick burst of energy as it can be digested very quickly, so its energy for you doesn't last long. This is white food such as white bread, pasta and rice. This means that complex carbs are brown foods such as wholemeal bread, brown rice and pasta. These are known as complex foods because they last for longer, giving your body more energy. This is because the fibres in them take a lot longer to digest. Fats are still an important part of a healthy diet, however they should be managed and therefore eaten in more controlled quantities. They make up around 25% of our diet and are made up from saturated and unsaturated products. Fats are important as they help improve the development of some areas of the body such as your brain, and they also help cells to function, allowing you to absorb nutrients you eat and consume from your food. Unsaturated fats are the fats which are good for you in moderation. This includes liquids and oils such as olive oil, avocados, almonds, walnuts and seeds. Saturated fats are the fats which you should be more wary of and watch how many you consume. These are usually known as the hard fats, which remain solid at room temperature. Saturated fats include dairy products such as butter, cheese, biscuits, fatty meat and oils such as coconut oil and palm oil. Another main part of your diet should be proteins. Proteins should make up 15% of your diet, as it is important as it allows your body to make enzymes, chemicals and hormones which all aid in building and repairing tissues. This is why certain athletes may eat more proteins. For example, bodybuilders will eat a greater quantity of protein to bulk up their muscle. As protein repairs muscle cells, it is important that it is consumed after exercise as it will help any torn muscle to regenerate and heal. This happens due to amino acids found within the proteins that we consume. There are 20 different types of amino acids, 9 of these being found in protein foods, making it essential that we consume it. Similarly to fats, cheese also contains proteins. However, foods such as beans, pulses, lean meat, eggs and fish also fit into the protein category. Proteins can help your body to produce energy, however this is not their main function like it is for carbohydrates. Therefore, athletes such as sprinters may consume proteins to build muscle, which is called muscle hypertrophy. There are benefits of eating macronutrients. Some of these are eating macronutrients like carbohydrates have positive effects on the body as they give it lots of energy due to the creation of glucose, which is a benefit as it allows you to take part in activities throughout the day and sports for longer periods of time. Fat is also important as it allows cushioning to build up around your organs, which is important as it keeps them from being damaged during exercise. Fat is also important as it allows your membranes to regenerate, which is vital to keeping your cells healthy as the membrane filters things that come and go within the body. Eating a combination of all food groups allows you to remain healthy and at a good weight, which reduces the risk of developing conditions due to poor diet. However, consuming macronutrients can also have some consequences if you eat too many of the bad groups. One of these is obesity. It is estimated that around 30,000 people die from obesity in England per year, and people who develop this and conditions around obesity cost healthcare around £6.1 billion a year. Obesity is due to a high intake of saturated fats. When someone has a poor diet and eats a high quantity of fat, cholesterol builds up in their arteries. Obesity takes a long time to develop and occurs when you take more calories in than you put out. Averagely, males should be consuming 2,550 calories a day, and women should be consuming 1,940. If you are over this amount and not doing any exercise to burn the calories, it could mean that your cells in your body increase in size, which will cause you to put on weight. This development of fat can cause you to develop other health conditions that could affect you mentally as well as physically. These include diabetes. In the UK, more than 1 in 4 adults have developed diabetes, which is 28.1%. Having diabetes means you have a body mass index of 30 or higher. Type 2 diabetes is where your body cannot produce or use insulin, which makes it harder for your body to move into cells and be used. This means that there is excess sugars and fats in the body which aren't being broken down, and this all leads to you putting on more weight. Diabetes can be very dangerous, as when you become overweight from it, you'll be less likely to take part in physical activity. Therefore, your limbs may swell, increasing the risk of amputations, which aren't uncommon for people with diabetes. Around 7,000 of these take place per year, which equates to 130 people per week in the UK. Another effect is high blood pressure. This is due to more weight and fat in your body. Blood pressure is the force exerted on walls of your arteries, veins and blood vessels. It is caused by cholesterol that builds up in the blood vessels. Blood finds it much harder to get through the narrow space due to it being constricted because of the lining of fat. This means that your blood pressure will increase and less blood can get through, so your heart has to work at a bigger force to push the blood through your arteries, which may become very dangerous as it does put a lot of force on your heart. As blood is under more force, it can increase the risk of you getting blood clots, which also increase the risk of you having a heart attack or stroke, as blood will stop flowing through certain areas of the body. Another condition is heart disease. This links having a high blood pressure because heart conditions such as coronary heart disease and heart attacks are caused by the pressure that the heart is under to pump blood out and around the body. As blood finds it more difficult to get around the body, the heart has to contract at a greater force to move the blood out the heart into the bloodstream, and then it has to continue to work harder to get this blood around the body and back to the heart. This means that the heart rate is constantly higher, putting you at a higher risk of heart attacks and other diseases. The last factor is a low self-esteem. Unlike the other 3 factors, which are physical negatives, this can be a mental negative, which would be caused by you being overweight. Being overweight may make you unhappy, and you may develop depression due to the fact that your body shape has changed and you feel judged for it. Over time, becoming overweight may make you not have the confidence to go out and do exercise in case you are judged. However, this runs in a cycle because unless you do exercise and burn the calories you are putting on, you won't lose any weight and you will only feel lower in yourself as time goes on. For a healthy diet, it is also important to consume micronutrients, which are smaller food groups. Micronutrients work alongside macronutrients to help the body function, and they also help to aid metabolism and maintain our energy levels. Micronutrients include vitamins, minerals and water. There are many different forms of vitamins, and they all help to support your body in different ways. One vitamin is vitamin A. This vitamin helps to defend your body against illness, as it helps to maintain the normal function of the immune system. This will reduce you developing illnesses such as colds and other diseases that attack the immune system. Another vitamin is vitamin C. This vitamin is found in foods such as oranges and peppers, and is also important as it helps to maintain healthy skin and cells. As vitamin C is found in fruit and veg, it is important to eat your 5-day portions, otherwise conditions such as scurvy can attack your immune system, as this is a condition caused by vitamin C deficiency. Another type of vitamin which is important to consume is vitamin K. This allows the blood in your body to clot when you get cut. This means that wounds can heal properly without getting infected, which could cause complications. Vitamin K is found in vegetables such as broccoli and spinach. However, it is also known to be present in some vegetable oils, meat and dairy foods. For example, butter and beef. A microorganism. For vitamin K, it is important that you consume approximately 1 microgram a day for each kilogram of your body weight. A microgram is 1,000 times smaller than a milligram. This means if you weigh 70 kilograms, you'd need 70 micrograms of vitamin K. Minerals. Minerals are important as they allow your body to form and regenerate components of the body such as bone, tissues and hormones. One mineral which is important is calcium. This allows the body to build strong bones and teeth, which is important in sport and everyday life as it reduces the risk of you breaking a bone. It also helps regulate your heartbeat, which is important as it reduces the risk of heart attacks because your heart won't be beating so much with so much force. Another important mineral to include in your diet is iron. This is important because it allows your body to produce red blood cells which carry oxygen around your body to cells and muscles, allowing you to work continuously throughout the day. Sufficient oxygen delivery is important because it stops your muscles from tiring, which allows you to continue doing everyday tasks. Your body can absorb iron from food such as meat, nuts and beans, so it's important to include proteins in your diet. Water. Water is an essential part of your diet consumption for everyday life as it enables your body to regulate in temperature and correct bodily function. Your overall body weight is composed of approximately 60% water. This is used throughout lots of areas of your body, such as in your cells, organs and tissues. Water is lost constantly throughout sweating and digestion, and as much as a 2% drop in water levels triggers your brain to send signals around the body telling you that you're dehydrated. In your body, the brain uses 95% water, the blood uses 82% and the lungs 90%, and the muscles are composed of 75%. The main reason to why it's important to drink water is that it helps protect tissues and joints. It does this by keeping the body's joints moist, and this acts as a lubrication, helping us move around and not feel so stiff. This also reduces the risk of becoming injured. Water also helps your body to remove waste products from its system. It does this by working through the kidneys and liver, which allow us to flush out any toxins through urination and perspiration. Water also helps us to digest our food properly, which is important as it allows us to gain nutrients from carbs, proteins and fats that we consume, which is important as these allow normal bodily function and provides us with energy.